Yo, what's good, y'all? Back at it again. Today we're talking more about Jaden Ivey and the latest reactions. Big Perk and Ryan Clark have both weighed in, and I've got some thoughts on what they're saying. But first, let's start with Jaden Ivey's wife. She's responding to the claims that she wasn't communicating with him. There's an article floating around saying she only wanted him because he was in the NBA, and she didn't take that lightly. She said, "We were communicating all morning that day. People say things for attention. Do not be deceived." Basically, she's clarifying that they were in contact and pushing back against the narrative that Jaden Ivey isn't himself right now. Now, we're going to break down some of the comments from Ryan Clark and Big Perk because I've got a little pushback for both of them. We're going to unpack this, get into the truth, and set some things straight.
Y'all know this from playing sports. If Jaden Ivey was Anthony Edwards, he'd still be on the team. Mm-hmm. If he had played more than 4 games this year, if he had played more than 33 games last year, if he had played more than 30 games the year before, if he didn't have the injury history that he had, he could say what he want, probably do what he want, get a slap on the wrist and be right back. He's not on the team because he's no longer good at basketball. And in not being good at basketball, you don't have the tolerance that great talent provides you. That's why he's gone. Now, let's talk about the Christianity piece of it, because so many times we use Christianity, and we see that more and more in today's society. We use Christianity to veil the hate and the evil that we want to spew, because people feel like if I say it comes from God, or if I can point to where it is in the Bible, now I'm bulletproof. Right? Where in Matthew 22, 37 through 39, it talks about the golden rule, right? It's love God, right? First. And then it's love your neighbor as you would love yourself. Like that's what we are told to do. And so to go on a rant about religion, to be questioning other people's religion, and then talk about the NBA's involvement with the LGBTQ community, knowing that you're also partnered with the WNBA, knowing that this is something that they support immensely, you're putting yourself in position to be treated in this way. And for Jaden Ivey, I think we have to look deeper into the mental health of what's going on as well. This is a player that was drafted 5th overall. This is a player that averaged, I think, like 16, 17 points through his first 2 seasons, that has dealt with injury, that has dealt with being traded, that is starting to be more and more open about the things that he is feeling and experiencing. Somebody needs to check on that young man. Somebody needs to have a conversation with him. Somebody needs to wrap their arms around him. And I understand that you can take what he said, and we feel the same way, as hateful toward another group of people. That doesn't mean he should be thrown away. We're seeing too many young men that deal with these things through sports, in life, that are now dying by suicide, that are now being put in bad positions. And so for me, I understand why he's no longer on the team, but...
Look, I agree with Ryan on one point. If Jaden Ivey was someone like Anthony Edwards, yeah, he'd still be in the NBA. Ivey ain't trash. He's still putting up around 11 points a game. But from a business perspective, the team decided he's expendable. No sponsors, no TV rights, nothing gets messed up if they move him off the roster. So from their side, it's cool, we can cut him. Now, Ryan pivoted to the Bible angle, saying love God equals make everyone happy. That's not exactly how it works. Check Matthew 10:22. Ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Real Christians serving Christ is not always easy, and Christ even warned, many will come in his name, but their hearts are far from him. So you can't use God wants everyone to like me as an excuse. Haters will exist, and that's expected. Now that we got that straight, let's see what Big
years. Gave my life to God, and when God comes over you, you actually don't look up to nobody but him. From a place when I watch him, yes, he talked about his struggles. He was very vulnerable. It was how he felt. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not, because do I have family members and some friends that are, gay? Yes, and I love them. So, but at the end of the day, we talk about freedom of speech. It was his freedom of speech. You're right, in America, you have the freedom of speech. That doesn't mean it doesn't come with consequences. And maybe he was willing to accept those consequences. Now he has to accept those consequences. real quick, in the Bible it says, if you're going to go all into me, then give me everything. Drop every single thing that you're doing and come fully invested. So I know a lot of people always make jokes about people who say that, but that's in the word of the book. That's in the word. I look at a person that's been hurt, but I also look at a young man that was vulnerable, dealing with injuries, was a lottery pick, team was having success without him, was traded at a young age from Detroit, traded to another situation. All of those things start playing with your psyche, right? And start playing with your mental. I don't know how deep he was into his Christianity before the injury, but it seemed like he had a lot of time and he dove even deeper to his beliefs. I just think this is just the start of this entire deal when it comes to Jaden Ivey. I believe that other people are about to get him.
All right, so the point here is simple. Man plus woman equals new life. That's literally how humans keep going. He's just saying if everyone completely abandoned that natural lifestyle, eventually humanity would disappear in a few generations. Simple logic. Bottom line, population relies on natural reproduction, and ignoring that completely, extinction. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share,